Assalamualaikum. Assalamualaikum. Thank you very much for waiting. We have Dr. Hamimi here. So before we begin to gain the barakah for today's event, we will start with the recitation of Al-Fatiha. Okay, so welcome to this today's event. Today's webinar will be talking about the topic of Heutagogy and Cybergogy. And today's topic will be delivered by Associate Professor Dr. Nurkhamimi Zainuddin from the Faculty of Major Language Studies, University of Science Islam Malaysia. Okay, so a little bit of background about him. He holds a PhD in technology. Can see this? Okay, he holds a PhD in technology enhanced language learning from International Islamic University Malaysia. He is currently the associate professor at the Faculty of Major Language Studies, University of Science Islam Malaysia. And his research focus is more on the teaching Arabic as a second language and technology enhanced language learning. He is currently the deputy chairman of the Malaysian E-Learning Council for Public University. He is also the editor of the International Journal of Language Education and Applied Linguistics. He was the visiting lecturer at the Universitas Islam Indonesia, Yogyakarta. He is the recipient of USIM Excellent Service Award for the year 2016, 2018, and recently 2022. He has also received an Outstanding Open Educational Resources Award in 2017. He is also actively involved in numerous researches in the area of open and flexible learning. He coined his own term, which is the FLOOC, Foreign Language Open Online Course, by adapting the concept of learning buffet. So without further ado, I would like to invite our speaker, Associate Professor Dr. Nurkhamimi, to deliver his talk.
Thank you very much. Jazakallah khairan, Brother Malik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya wal mursaleen. Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri. Wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli, amma ba'd. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. Thank you very much, CPD, for inviting me once again to IIUM, the Garden of Virtue and Knowledge. The Garden of Knowledge and Virtue. Dah lupa so Alhamdulillah is very good. It is very generous to going back to my alma mater. For your information, I am the alumni of IIUM. Bachelor in Arabic Linguistics and Literature 2007, as well as from the same faculty, from the same kuliah for my master as well as PhD. So I graduated from IUM in 2007, 2009, and 2014. So I have seen a few familiar faces, even though most of you are not turning your camera on. But I can see a lot of my sifus here, even my gurus. I can see Associate Professor Dr. Abdul Rahman Cik, banyak friends and colleagues from ISTEC, from RKHS, from CFS, as well as from CELPAD. Okay, Brother Izdiha who is there.
Prof.
It's good lah. Ada Dean, Deputy Dean banyak ni. So Alhamdulillah. Alright, so today in this very, very short and limited time, 2 hours, perhaps it will be some kind of a sharing session, not just teaching and learning lah, but it will be most probably about a sharing session. So let me share my slide first. So at the end of the session, most probably I will share with all of you the slide, inshallah. All right. Right. So I guess this is the fourth or fifth time IUM invited me to share about Heutagogy and Cybergogy. It's never get old. It never gets old because this is what we do every day in our daily teaching and learning life. And as far as the higher education is concerned, we have the pedagogy, okay, the arts of teaching, we have andragogy, we have so many, we have Ubuntugogy, we have dronagogy, but this is some of the scholars from the teaching and learning sector is talking more and more, especially after the pandemic, COVID-19. Okay, so what is Heutagogy and Cybergogy is all about? All right. So Imam Shafi'i, rahimahullah, mentioned in his Diwan Shafi'i, he mentioned about all humans are dead, except those who have knowledge, like all of us, alhamdulillah. And all those who have knowledge are asleep. Kita selalu rasa mengantuk kan? Except those who do good deeds. And alhamdulillah, and those who do good deeds are deceived. Kita rasa, we feel deceived, rasa tertipu. Except those who are sincere, like all of you, alhamdulillah. And those who are sincere are always in a state of worry. So this is what CPD, the intention of CPD, because all the educators, we are so sincere and we are always in the state of worry about how do we teach in our class, how our student are doing right now in our class, in our lecture, right? Because we are always in a state of worry because we are sincere. And according to National Training Laboratories, main, even though majority of the lectures when I go to some of the countries from India, in Japan, in China, in UAE, in Saudi Arabia, most of the participants will not. They agree to disagree. Some of them are not, are not in the same boat. They don't agree with this learning pyramid. But this is what we extracted from recent research and al-buhuth wa dirasat, okay, about this al-ahram learning pyramid. Most of the scholars in teaching and learning in education, they feel that if we lecture in our class, the retention rates will remain as low as 5% only. But if you ask the student to read, it will increase more, 5% more, from 5% to 10%. Okay, and if we use YouTube, social media, audiovisual aids in our class, it also categorized as passive teaching method. But if we can do demonstration, we do some kind of discussion group, and more or less we ask them to practice by doing, and the highest participatory teaching methods are teaching others. When we ask our student to be our co-pilot or to be a little ambassador for us, okay, to teach the fast-paced student and the slow-paced student or the intermediate-paced student. Okay, this is what we adapted from National Training Laboratories. Okay, you may find from Google about this learning pyramid and how do they describe each and every sector from this learning pyramid. All right, so the internet minutes, okay? We are not talking about our normal minute, but we're talking about internet minutes, 2003. Just see it in 60 seconds, okay? 2.4 million Google searches, okay? Including we have 111 participants right now. Maybe 70 or 60, 50% from you are Googling my name right now, or Nurkhamimi, who is this fellas, huh? And you nak cari nama kan. So it included in these Google searches 694K video hours viewed. Kan? Last week all of us involved in PRN, maybe video hours viewed has been involved, participated not just in our teaching and learning, but also in our politics and entertainment, so on and so forth. 10.4 million viewing minutes in Instagram, and 11,035 fake accounts removed. Okay, see, we are not just living in our filtering punya life, but we also living among the fake accounts in our Facebook and Twitter, and we have 22,831 visit to ChatGPT, and 241.2 million email sent. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, Prof, Doctor, Madam, ladies and gentlemen, I want to ask one question about this Internet Minute. So you may use our chat in Zoom. What can we extract? What can we understand? Or what do this Internet Minute do reflects us? What are your reflection? I may use my chat. Anyone please use your meeting chat? What does this Internet Minute 2023 means to you? Thank you very much. Nur Azizo, Internet become instant info sources. Good one. Muhammad Salahuddin, Cybergogy, Alhamdulillah. Oh, even though we are not done yet with Cybergogy, double-edged sword, MashaAllah. Thank you very much, Dr. Sunani. Norvina, people on the screen looking for information. Yes, Malik Arman, too much information overloaded. Majority people too independent on internet. Yes, internet is part and parcel of our life. The use of media is so important and we need to utilize in our class. Habibah, cannot live without it. Okay. Hazi Saluddin, easy and fast information. People doing too many things in 1 minute. Wow. 1ZT Ibrahim, internet can be dangerous. Yes, there are two sides of a coin, pro and cons. All right, so thank you very much for your prompt response. Okay, very energetic. It takes extra effort to put this internet within our control instead of it controlling us. Wow, so true. AI increasing, real intelligence might be decreasing. Okay, Dr. Shahida, Google become share. Okay, interesting. Let's talk about share Google afterwards. Smartphone to blame, helpful in learning. Okay, thank you very much. So let's take a look at the world trends. Okay, you might log on to worldometers.info. I always use this worldometers in my class. Okay, can you see worldometers right now?
Yes, yes.
All right. So worldometers.info, I always use this. This is very powerful punya website lah. You can use because our student, no matter lah, you are from K8, you're from ICOL, you're from engineering, you're from education. Instead, you are from ILKHF, from KENMS. We can use the worldometer because this is very authentic. This is a real-time situation, and this is a real-life statistics. So we are not talking about world population, but I want to focus on society and media. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's see. New book, very, very slow, like tortoise, like turtle there. New book published this year, 1 million, okay, but it stays there. But newspapers circulated, TV sets sold, cellular phones today, money spent on video games, internet users in the world today, emails sent, blog posts, tweet sent, Google searches. So it pop up another question. What does this data means to you? New book titles published. See, 944 baru naik satu increase one number. But newspaper circulated. What does this data mean to you? This data is very, very powerful. If we can, situation in our class, problem-based learning, task-based learning, we can use this kind of data in our class. We can ask so many questions that, yes, with the assistance of a chat GPT, but we can always challenge our students' creativity to give their response. Able to update it very quickly. Book updated very quickly, but so much thoughts goes to its publication. Thank you very much. Okay. But the answer, the thing is, what does this data means to you and why? Kan? Does it mean that we don't publish books anymore, or we don't read books anymore, or is it we are transforming from the printed book or conventional books to e-books? Normally for academics, not just for academic, for administrative, it also reflect that how the administrative staff, how I guess this is not just happen. We must switch more to online teaching and learning, I think. Thank you very much for your thoughts. Okay, where does this website got this number from? Thank you very much, Tali. Sebenarnya ada, you can, if you click this plus punya ni kan, sign ni kan, you will see sources and info from UNESCO, from book industry statistic, world press trends, display search. Okay, we can see maybe the sources are not so dependable, but at least it will give us some data lah, good data. Okay, maybe this is the free one, free of charge. It is not as good as data from yang kita beli daripada yang kita bayar kan, tapi agak okay bagi saya lah. Leave us with no choice except to embrace AI, but with cautious. Good one. Thank you very much, Anwar. Authentic info needs time to be filtered. Great one. Agree with AI. All right. Okay, so I will copy and paste the link here. Okay, so because we only have 2 hours, I don't have much time to to go hands-on on the use of technology lah. So seamlessly, okay, while going from page to page, so I will introduce a little bit of technology and Web 2.0 for your teaching and learning purposes, inshallah. All right, so let us leave worldometer. Next slide. All right, so let us cheer our morning up with Kahoot. I just want to discover what is your learning style. Okay, so everyone log on to kahoot.it. Kahoot.it. You can use your phone, mobile phone, or using your tablet, or you may use your laptops. Okay, let's see the game pin for today. Right, the game pin is 378696. Yalah, alhamdulillah, Kahoot ni tak payah ajar semua dah tahu dah senang je. So Brother Malik, this is how I record my attendance for today lah. Senang, tak payah nak guna Google Form. Right, we have 36 already joining us. Ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan wa sahlan. We have 40 already. The game pin is 3, 7, 8, 6, 9, 6. Right, let me turn the volume down a little bit. Right, for your information, this is about learning styles question. So this is very important for you to understand about the learning style, because for the rest of the slide, inshallah, we'll talk more and more about heutagogy and heutagogy and cybergogy, and how it can impact. It will be impacted by this learning style. All right. 50. Okay, ready? Going once. Going twice. Okay lah, kita bagi, we give you another 30 seconds lah. Not bad, 50. Alhamdulillah. Okay, for first timer, the question will appear on your Zoom. Okay, the answer also will appear on your Zoom, but you may choose the answer from your tablet or from your phone, mobile phone. Okay. Alright, so Ahmad Muslim will be the last. Okay, kita start. Okay. Oh, player limit reach kah? Allahu Akbar. I'm so sorry. Okay, tak apa, yang lain boleh tengok dulu. Saya lupa I forgot to change the player limit. Okay, sorry. Okay lah, 50 lain boleh share lah. Or you may play this Kahoot later on, because it is on Kahoot. You just type Hamimi learning style. You may play it later on. But there's no prize lah today kan. Normally in my face-to-face punya ni, someone will get at least Ferrero share. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let us start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Answer here. Boleh Najat. Boleh. Good one. Oh, baguslah. Out of the box. Think it out of the box. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. No prize lah Syarifuddin this time. Next time lah kita try sabak nanti Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Start. Okay, question number 1. Which learning style takes a lot of notes so they can see the words they are spoken? Visual learners, or auditory learners, or kinesthetic learners, or read or write learners? Okay, ada yang jawab green. Okay. Visual learner. Okay. Red. Okay, ramai yang jawab green. Okay. Ramai yang rasa terpengaruh dengan read and write learners. Okay, let's see. Which learning styles take a lot of notes? So they can see the word they are spoken. Kena tengok tu. They can see the word they are spoken. So normally visual learners yang banyak ambil note ni. Reading dengan write ni not necessarily they will take a lot of notes. Kadang-kadang they will write later on, but normally visual learners ni they always emphasize on taking notes, and so they can see the word they are spoken. And normally visual learners, they will sit in front of your lecture hall. Right? Okay, Alhamdulillah. Sebab nampak tadi kan, take a lot of notes, so kita terus dia straight away go to read or write learners. TG, Tok Guru, 934, Alhamdulillah. Let us proceed with question number 2. Which learner may not study well at the desk? Okay, right. Yellow. Okay, kinesthetic. Yellow, okay, banyak kata yellow, kinesthetic. Okay, yes. Okay, so please focus here. Which learner may not study, tapi may not study well. Okay, so you will see according to my limited experience teaching student from engineering, from architect, from medicine, from dentistry. Normally, if we take a look at their profile, normally they are kinesthetic learners. That's why when they sit at their desk, when they stand up, kita pun cakap, hey, sit down, sit down. Student tu nasib baik dia tak tahu nak cakap, they don't know how to respond back. If they know how to respond back, reply you, they will reply you straight away. I am kinesthetic learner lah. Barulah kita tahu sebenarnya kan. But we don't know kan. Kita kata, oh sit down kan. Please behave. We can see a few universities in Australia and in Japan. Biasanya kita tengok the setting of the class. We have chairs, we have benches, we have bean bags kan. Pelajar tak semuanya setting sama, chairs and tables saja. So kinesthetic learners ni dia akan berjalan-jalan. Time dalam kelas, in our lecture hall, they cannot behave well, but in their workshop, biasanya dia akan lebih aktif. Because this learner may not study well at their desk. What is kinesthetic, doctor? Okay, panjang tu. Nanti try boleh Google dulu. Kinesthetic learners ni normally student yang there are so many characteristic. Nanti kita boleh minta kat siapa yang tahu pasal kinesthetic learner to share about your thought. But normally kinesthetic learners ni they love hands-on activities. They love hands-on activities. That's why lah kalau kita tengok profiling student profile from KOE, Kuliah Engineering, KAED, from Kuliah of Medicine kan, Kuliah of Dentistry, Allied Health Science, normally most of them are kinesthetic learners lah. Doktor yang jadi lecturer pun kinesthetic lecturer juga. Boleh multitasking banyak kinesthetic learners ni punya karakteristik. Thank you very much Dr. Syahidah and Dr. Suhana for asking. Right. Let's just proceed. Tok Guru masih kat atas lagi. Okay, Judin and Wookie, we have Noor and Ismay is climbing up. Alhamdulillah. Question number 3. These learners like to talk to a partner while they study. Blue kinesthetic lecture, I love that term. Okay. Blue banyak cakap auditory. Okay. Alright, Blue. Sebab apa? Welcome to Bawang Rangers. Okay, auditory learners ni dia bukan bawang yang buat fitnah tu dan sebagainya. Tapi auditory learners ni if they acknowledge some knowledge kan, they obtain some knowledge, impart some knowledge, they will share and they will talk to a partner in order for them to transform from STM, from short-term memory to long-term memory. That's why student kan dekat tilawah division kan, you always collaborated with student from Darul Quran, betul tak? So Al-Huffaz, that's why dia ada apa? Dipanggil kan, kita panggil tasmi'. Tasmi' ni memang it works well for auditory learners. Kan? Kita for men, after we finish our khutbah Jumaat, balik we will share with our kids, with our wives, with our spouse. So dia akan membantu kita. It will help us to strengthen the knowledge. Okay. So auditory learner lain lah, dia tak boleh simpan. Kalau simpan je dalam ni, dia rasa macam nak tak senang hidup dia. Mesti they must share. Okay, they like to talk to a partner while they study. Tapi ni dalam hidup pun ada juga auditory people kan. Ada rahsia tu dia mesti nak sebarkan. Tapi tak semula. Not in IIUM, alhamdulillah. So this is what auditory learners is all about. Oh, TG, where are you, TG? Line putus ke? Right. Question number 4. These learners walk around a lot when they have to memorize something. Yellow, kinesthetic learner Oh, dah faham dah dia punya konsep. Okay. Alright, ramai dah faham dah konsep kinesthetic learner. Normally we will ask lah, if you want to memorize something, why you need to walk around? But this is kinesthetic learning is all about. Kita tak tahu lah, ini boleh tanya orang people from medicine lah memorize dengan pergerakan tu, how movement tu can help, will assist the memorization of something. Tapi inilah dia kinesthetic we can see a lot of, nanti kita tengok ayat Quran surah Al-Isra mengatakan pasal all this multiple intelligence inilah dia kekuasaan Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala yang diberikan kepada kita, alhamdulillah. Okay. Yes. Training of CP. CP, does it mean cerebral palsy, Dr. Norwina? Or saya tersilap? CP. Oh, okay. Alright. Right. Betul Dr. Hafiz Anwar, like Hafiz student, betul. Kita memorize tu, when we memorize kan, Auzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim kan. Idza waqa'atil waqi'ah laysa liwaqa'atiha kadhibah. Mereka berjalan-jalan kan, walking around, syahmus kan. Kita pun sibuklah katakan, sit down, hafal duduk, jangan berjalan. If they can reply us back, they will reply as I am kinesthetic learners. Terkejut kita kan. Now we know lah what are the characteristics of kinesthetic learners. Kan? They walk around a lot, not just because they want to walk around, but this is what their characteristics are. Okay? Okay. Dah habis dah, tinggal Wookie pula naik atas. TG dah. TG makin naik semula. Question number 5. These learners will use a highlighter to see the main idea. Okay, red. Auditory learners, kinesthetic learners, or read or write learners. Dr. Sadiq Omula, red. Okay. Visual learners. Okay. Could you please put up your hand? Siapa yang ada hands up? Siapa yang do you have highlighter in your handbags or in your room? Boleh tak? Can I see hands? Okay. Okay. Hanif. Banyak juga. Okay. Majdi Suryati. Madlina. Oh, ramai. Kan laki je, perempuan je, laki pun ada, alhamdulillah. See, so highlighter ni, janganlah kita tengok orang ada highlighter ni, oh ini macam feminis sikit lah, tak. Okay, highlighter ni because they are visual learners. Okay, that's why in our Al-Quranul Karim, you will see a few brands nowadays, they will use highlighter for tajweed, al-waqaf wal-ibtida, kan? Easy for visual learners. That's why kita kata visual learners, Quran yang ada color tu, we always say that it helps all people, not all people, but visual learners. Orang yang visual learner ni suka Quran yang ada warna-warna tu. Walaupun ada yang kata macam ini macam pembaharuan dalam Al-Quran kan, tapi it helps, it assists visual learners. Okay. Student pun ada guna kan, when we read books, journals, article, kadang-kadang kita jot down, kadang-kadang kita highlight some of the points kan, to see the main idea. I used to have but throw them away because hardly used. Okay, dalam kita punya thesis pun, kalau kita jadi examiner, if we use e-book kan, normally kita akan buat juga annotation using marker ataupun highlighter to see the main idea. So this is all visual learning is all about. Okay. Next. Oh, Juden tak boleh kalah naik boleh semula Juden, alhamdulillah. Next, question number 6. These learners excel when they listen to lectures. Okay, Suhana, actually I use online highlight more. Okay. Oh, ramai sebut blue. Alright. B3 blue, okay. Okay. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, lectures lectures are only for auditory learners. Kita dok lecture dalam kelas tu, we do not aware that lectures is just meant to be for auditory learners je, not for visual learners, not for kinesthetic learners, not for read and write learners. So be careful. Kan? But some of the lectures will ask me, alah Dr. Hamimi, kita kan nama lecturer. That's why we lecture. Cuba kita ubah nama dekat kita punya metric card tu, we change our name, our role from lecturers to learning coach, kan, to learning facilitator. Barulah kita facilitate. Now IUM MSD put lecturers, that's why we lecture. Tapi jangan salahkan metric card lah. Okay, don't blame on your lecture. Don't blame on your metric card. But lectures, auditory learners ni je yang when they listen to lectures, they are excel. They can excel, but not for visual learners. I don't say that lectures is bad. No. But you might observe the percentage of giving lectures in our class. Let's say we have 1 hour and 20 minutes. We have 1 hour lectures. Maybe a one hour period, 1 hour and 20 minutes. We may divide into 3 or 4 chunking. Maybe we can start with 5-minute lectures and then go straight away proceed with the think, pair, and share. We can ask students to conduct the class. We can give them a FAQ, frequent asked question. We can have some kind of reflection from the student from the tonight's video watched by them. Okay, we have so many pedagogy or approaches can be done in our class. What kind of students prefer online learning? Okay, I will reserve this kind of question. We will go back to this question, inshallah. These learners would rather give an oral presentation than written work. Ahmad Akram, we are course instructor. Yes. Okay. These learners would rather give an oral presentation. If we ask them to, giving them quiz, midterm, final exam, auditory learners normally they cannot excel much. But if we give them, okay, give me please record 30 seconds punya TikTok video, 30 seconds Instagram punya presentation, kan? 3 minutes short video on this concept, this formula. Oh, it's easy, a piece of cake for auditory learners. They will love it. Okay, they would rather give an oral presentation than written work lah. Kalau suruh tulis ni, alah susah sikit lah untuk auditory learners ni. Tapi presentation dia suka je nak bercakap. Is it possible to be in combination types of learners? Yes, the answer is yes, Manizah. Because we have multiple intelligence. One person might have you can be auditory learners and at the same time you are visual learners and kinesthetic learners. Yes, but there will be some kind of a dominant and recessive. Maybe let's say we have like we have a scale of 10. You are visual learners 8 and auditory learners. You are auditory level 5 and kinesthetic 5. Okay, but you have a dominant and recessive. Because later on we will have some VARK or VARK questionnaire. Each and every one of you will answer that kind of questionnaire, and we will see which learner we are coming from, inshallah. It also depends on one personality, and also evolve from time to time. Okay, kita campur dengan orang, we get involved with these parties, with these people, with this kuliah, kita campur dengan ramai orang, it will evolve your personalities from time to time. Dia takkan kekal satu tu selama-lamanya lah. Okay, next question number 8. these learners could read their notes into a recorder and then play their notes back to study. Ini biasa buat ni. Okay, so this is not just for lectures lah. I can see a few administrative staff pun during meeting kan, they will bring their Sony punya recorder tu kan, and then record. Bukan, it doesn't mean that they don't they cannot, dia tak yakin dengan dia punya ingatan dan catatan, tapi but this is auditory learners punya characteristics. Okay. That's why kalau tadi pun Dr. Anwar sebut tadi kan, Tafiz student kan, normally they will listen to their favorite imam kan, contohnya Jibril, Sudais, Masyari Al-Afasi, Mishari Al-Afasi, and then during Tarawih pun, when they perform their solat as imam pun, they will use the same taranum and the same kan, sama juga macam imam yang dia dengar tu. Memang speedy auditory learners. And visual learners ni normally they will sit in front. They will imitate whatever their lecturers during lectures, and they will imitate the way the lecturers talk, the way lecturers convey the messages, convey the lectures. They will imitate. Nanti kita tengok presentation pun, the way they give their oral presentation pun macam sama je, macam okay, imitates a little bit of the way the lecturers giving the lectures. Sambil kurang sama je. Itulah sifat visual learners. Tapi the way we arrange our student in our class, kita cakap yang pendek rendah depan, yang tinggi belakang. No, sepatutnya kita susun according to multiple intelligence ni. Kita tengok pada visual learners kita letakkan sit in front. Auditory learners ni macam Imam Syafi'i ni boleh duduk kat belakang. Okay, kita tak perlu tengok, diminta, we don't ask them to give full attention to the lectures all the time. Okay, look at me, jangan tengok tempat lain, tengok muka saya. Padahal dia adalah auditory learners. Okay, dia boleh dengar saya dan dia boleh respond back, okay, when they have been asked. And kinesthetic learner ni kita boleh dudukkan dekat tengah, dia boleh move around back and forth, mudah. Alright, question number 9. Copying and recopying your notes helps these learners to study better. Okay, Muhammad Salahuddin, is there any test to see which learning style dominant to us? Yes, later on, inshallah. Okay, green. Yes, copy and recopy notes. Sometimes we will ask your student kan, why my textbook is not enough? Yeah, we will ask them kan. No, they are visual learners ni. Kita tengok ni visual learners ni normally dia akan tengok, dia akan copy and recopying. Ada pula notes lain, ada pula dia ada tiny notes because they are visual learners. Okay. Kalau mushaf tu hafal, dia akan tulis pula, they will copy back the ayat al-Quran, ayat al-Quraniyah, they will copy back. Yes, read and write learners again, but visual learners normally copying and recopying, not just copy, but recopying again and again. And normally mushaf, they will use visual learners, they prefer to use one mushaf at one time. Kalau they use a different mushaf, it will jeopardize the memory. Mungkin Dr. Anwar boleh confirm on this. I used to have friends with their notes in high school. Okay, correct. Go on. Last but not least, last question. Listening to music helps these learners to focus better when they study. Adli Rosli, there's no such thing as read and write learners. Ada. Later on, we will see. We have VARK. Okay. Kenapa satu je betul? Okay. So Alhamdulillah, this is the 5th batch from IUM lah. Belum ada yang boleh pecah rekod lagi Last week, I was in UM for newly appointed lecturers kan. Diorang dapat 2 betul. Kat sini 1, Alhamdulillah. Okay. So mungkin some of you might get confused kan. Betul lah kinesthetic learners. Kan? Betul lah auditory learners. Listening to music helps these learners to focus better when they study. Okay. The trick here is listening to music. You are listening to something else, not your lectures. Kalau if I put listening to lectures helps these learners to focus better when they study. This is the characteristic of auditory learners, because they're listening to lectures. Listening will strengthen memory. But actually, these students are listening to something else. Dia tengah music lain, tapi nak study benda lain. Multitasking. Multitasker lah. So, ini adalah karakteristik kinesthetic learner. Auditory learners ni, dia tak boleh dengar benda lain. Tak boleh lah sambil while cooking, lepas tu basuh baju. And then ada orang ni kinesthetic learner ni, while cooking, basuh baju, lepas tu boleh dengar gosip kat belakang lagi kan. Mana ada orang tu tak cakap pun. Boleh 3 benda Itu kinesthetic learners lah. Tapi ada orang, they cannot cook without finishing the washing machine first. Dah finish, baru boleh masak, and then baru boleh ni. Okay, so ini biasanya kinesthetic learners. Auditory learners, listening to not just music, but listening to lectures. Yes, it will help them to focus better when they study. Alright. So this Kahoot punya game, it doesn't determine anything. Okay, I just want to freshen kita punya ni lah knowledge about learning styles, because in Faculty of Education, Kuliah of Education, in IPTA in Malaysia kan, we can see a lot of people wrote about, publish about listening styles, but you always stay in the rack. Banyak yang duduk dekat rack je, rack PhD, rack master, tetapi tidak kita katakan cascade down to the teaching and learning punya classes. Tak dibawa masuk pun ke dalam dewan kuliah. Hanya kekal di rak saja. Okay. Alright. Alright, so the winner goes to, congratulations Zai. Tok Guru nombor 2, and number 1, the winner goes to Wuki. Saya tak tahu Wuki siapa. Wuki siapa, boleh kenalkan diri? Can you introduce yourself, Wuki? Unmute your microphone. Natasha Azman. Okay, ELD Settle. Okay, congratulations. Harap-harap ni bukan soalan bocor Right, so for your information, Kahoot can be a very powerful punya tools if you use it wisely. Okay, even though orang pun kata asyik Kahoot kan. Normally, if you can penetrate our student with a very good set of question, then Kahoot will be a very powerful tools for your teaching and learning. Okay. Right, so let us continue with our slides. So in our class, I would like to emphasize about the ideas about learning and working and living in the future with making our students as partner. Okay. Normally teachers and lecturers will get exhausted in class because we have so many things to do. We teach, we supervise students, we do some kind of publication, and then consultation kan. Okay, so but if we always make our student as partner, as our co-pilot, say there are a lot of things to venture, to discover. Okay, we have student voice here, inclusive communication, because technology is just a tool and learning is about changing world. Sorry. Let's watch this video. All right. Can see the world is dynamic, but the big question mark here: how can we make the classroom as dynamic as the world around us? Because in the year 2000, social media analysts, we don't have social media analysts in job street, but right now, social media analysts in job street, gaji, salary for social media analysts is 4,000 to 5,000 ringgit Malaysia, RM 4,000 to 5,000 ringgit. And educators right now, we have to be mentors, we have innovators, kan? Right, so the big question mark here, how can we make the classroom as dynamic as the world around us? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you may use chat box here. Of course, the world is so dynamic, but our class is as conventional as we can, still in a conventional mode. Will you please share your thoughts regarding this question? Gamification, online teaching, relate our lesson with real life situation, good one. Use technology, adopt the latest IT teaching trend, more active learning, good one. Exposure to industry, travel and engage, good one. Outdoor class activity, yes. Audiovisual approach, simulation teaching, good one. Utilize social media, problem-based, student-centered, good one. Hands-on. Experiential learning, yes. More engaging with technology and hands-on, certain what matters. Empathy, yes. This is what AI and robot cannot do, empathy. They have, even robots sekarang ni pun dah ada sympathy, tapi empathy tu betul. Emotion of the stakeholders in the cyber platform, something what AI cannot offer. Great. Student nak apa? Lihat kepada the need of the student. Well done, Muhammad Ali. Current issues and what revolves around us. customization, relate the topic to what is happening in the world. Okay, good one, Alhamdulillah. Oh, saya rasa semua betul. There's no right and wrong. Cyber ethics, encourage them to use technology for any activities. Actually, without technology, we also can teach. Bukan dengan teknologi saja. Without technology, also we can teach. Don't worry. Tapi on how, if we use technology, we leverage on technology, it will assist us. Dia akan shorten the long story lah, cut the long story short. Tapi dengan ethics, bukannya kita main guna saja, but without proper plan, without proper pedagogy, we cannot merge with technology in our teaching and learning. Right. This is this is one video that I got since 2018 when I was invited to give a keynote address in NTU, Nanyang Technological University in Singapore. So at that time, we introduced about we're talking about blended learning, and most of the lecturers coming from Sri Lanka, from Bangladesh, from a few countries, not just in developing countries, but we also have participants from Arab countries, Middle East at that time, and they asked about how do we do blended learning or a flipped learning in Faculty of Medicine. So this Duke NUS or from a team lead from Graduate Medical School of Singapore, they introduced us lectureless class, not just lectureless, but lectureless class. Okay, enjoy watching this video. Let's enjoy.
Team Lead is the local Duke NUS adaptation of a learning process called team-based learning. The essential issue in Team Lead is to put the primary responsibility for learning on the student. And so the students prepare a defined set of materials.
That can include several Duke lectures from Durham, North Carolina. It can be book chapters that they might have to read about the content, articles of the current literature and research, a variety of things that the faculty have decided will cover the core principles that they want them to know before they come into class.
The students come in on Monday and Thursday mornings. They then have 30 minutes to complete an individual readiness assessment exam of 25 questions. The exam questions are well written and not ambiguous. And so the students then are engaged then in a serious process of how much have I learned? And there's an element of individual responsibility. At the end of that 30 minutes, there's a very exciting event, which is when the students turn from struggling as an individual to then being able to talk with their teammates. And I never tire of watching this transition.
Then the instant the clock goes, suddenly the volume goes very, very high, and they're all talking and discussing, and now the team has to do the same test again. And for each question, the team only gets to submit one answer. So part of what this methodology does is it forces a student to explain why I know this to be the right answer. This is how I understand it, and this is why I understand it. And try to convince the other students and have a discussion about it. And it's through that discussion that they can crystallize their ideas and remember it a lot better.
Part of what Team Lead is designed to do is help the students begin to take ownership in their own learning and understand where their gaps are and what they know and what they don't know. The next phase of that process, the students then have to ask questions about their gaps.
We would ask each group to write down their questions, and we would assign those questions to another group to answer in a formal way. So one group would write down their questions, and we would say, take this question and give it to another group. Give all the groups 10 minutes to prepare, and then have a group discussion. Each session, we assigned a student to stand at the front of the class and facilitate the discussion.
Any more questions about acetaminophen? Please raise up.
Basically, they have a control which would give you no inflammation.
The faculty will be around to help them answer their doubts. But we have modified it in such a way that we don't answer them firsthand. We get the students to answer each other's queries as a big team.
You look under the microscope, you know where these IgGs are located, where the immunoglobulins are located.
In the afternoon, the students go through a process called an application session in which they problem solve clinical cases, clinical scenarios based on the information that they've learned earlier.
So the students are working through the case problem, the patient, the issues, the answers, and the faculty are working through the same problem. First of all, we're analyzing the problem. Is this an important case scenario? Are we sure we're asking a good question? What is the learning that we're trying to achieve?
As a faculty member, we spend a lot of time writing the questions really well. This is all done behind the scenes. What we do not spend our time doing is talking to the students directly. It's the students who talk.
Okay, question number 1. Let me start with group 7. Let's say if we have a lesion like 2 and 3, but they recently changed in size, would you actually think that it might be melanocytic melanoma?
Because of the way the answers are to be derived at with the team dynamics, everybody in that team of 7 needs to agree on one common answer before they commit. And through that process, we hope that they will learn to listen to each other. They will learn to agree with each other.
Team lead works because the faculty work as a team as well. Faculty members take on different roles, they help each other, they work together to be able to deliver this educational program. Our faculty are role modeling what we want our students to do.
Where I used to go for undergrad, it was very lecture-based. The professor just stands and talk, and then we just take notes ferociously and try to remember every single detail we could. Whereas in team lead, it's very different.
Okay. What say you? Interesting or not? Is it interesting? Giving the ownership to the student. Okay, I agree with Mr. Haswanizal, humanizing education. Yes, technology is just assistant. If we can see in the class, there's no lecture. Yes, lecturer will come later on to discuss, because first thing first, it's a student and timer in class, betul tak? And a very sophisticated instruction. Masuk dalam kelas, ada student with their names, dah ada nama-nama, pelajar just duduk, macam gamification pula kan. And then after 30 seconds, okay, tadi daripada individual, jumble up with any of your team members, and then discuss kan, and then negotiate. Okay, what is the right answer? Okay, giving the ownership to the student. What we don't do is talking directly to the student. Okay, for those who like to need a lot of work and teamwork on behalf of the instructor, yes. Betul. That's why we can collaborate with our student as our co-pilot. Memang. That's why kita nampak ranking. Even though I pun tak suka dengan ranking, tapi kita dapat lihat pelajar dia belajar, memang rasa penat dan rasa ni. They started to make decision from first year punya lagi kan. Bukannya waktu dah ni baru nak. Require a solid teamwork from the instructor instead of solo effort. Yes. So for those who like to know the AKRI, anugerah reka bentuk tu yang KPT kan, AAN, anugerah akademik negara, inilah dia karakteristik yang mereka mahukan. Yang kita cakap tu kan, inilah dia karakteristik yang mereka mahukan sebenarnya. Without teknologi pun tak banyak pun, tadi mereka they are using whiteboards kan, banyak kan tak ada teknologi, tapi dia punya pembelajaran tu. Let's say mungkin ada yang kata, ala Dr. Mimi yang ni sehari suntuk the whole day they are in the faculty. Yes, kita kalau di IUM, let's say we have 1 hour and 30 minutes, another 1 hour 20 minutes, the other day kita boleh split into 2 lah. Okay, boleh kita check balik dengan kita punya head of department ataupun with our dean, kita work sekarang ni kita work in silo, that's why kita rasa macam susah, banyak nak kena buat lah. So during last 2 semesters lah, saya dah try dah, because I'm teaching Arabic in USIM, saya dah cuba dah buat macam ni, pelajar masuk terkejut lah, tengok ada nama, ada instruction kan. Kita very tired lah at that time. Tapi bila dia dah masuk SEM 2, SEM 3, saya recycle the same instruction tapi with a different cases. Because for me, problem-based learning it is not you who should find the problem. Biasanya PBL kita minta student untuk cari solution saja. Tapi sebenarnya student boleh cari masalah, find the problem, and they also will find the solution. In KOM, we already sort of do this. Congratulations. Nanti boleh panggil people from KOM untuk buat ni, CPD boleh panggil KOM untuk buat training of trainers lah, supaya boleh bagi. Tapi we must look at the nature of the subject. I cannot say that we can just blanket or one size fits all. Kena tengok juga. Jangan semua kelas kita buat macam ni. Kita kena tengok from time to time. Kalau language contohnya, lecturers from CELPAD yang mengajar English or Arabic contohnya, kena tengok beginners level, intermediate, beginners, intermediate dengan advanced. Mungkin untuk beginner kurang sesuai. Kita baru nak mengajar mereka, untuk nak scaffold mereka kan. Terus kita nak bagi kepada ni mungkin tak berapa sesuai. Right? Sebab tu kena tengok kepada nature of subject, dan subject SME, subject matter expert tu exists in every kuliah. Tapi sebelum ni ramai yang kata, okay, we cannot do this for our medicine. So NUS ataupun team lead ni, mereka membuktikan bahawa cara ni boleh berlaku juga di Faculty of Medicine or Faculty of Dentistry. You may find this video from YouTube. You just team lead. Ada a few ni, tapi ni yang saya dah edit sikit lah, ya, supaya memudahkan. Alhamdulillah. Sorry, Musliu. You can find this video from YouTube. You may type team lead NUS. Okay. Okay. Perhaps Dr. Aida, you may share the link with us, because a few of my workshops, people from medicine, they normally argue with me that we cannot apply this kind of approach, this kind of flipped learning in Faculty of Medicine, but they prove, people from NUS prove that it can be applied also in Faculty of Medicine and Faculty of Dentistry. Okay, one. Right, this is another one. Okay, Hans Rosling from VVC4. I just wondering, this fellas is just about he is a data people, and I'm just wondering if in my secondary school, if I would have been taught, if I were taught this during this approach or using this approach during my secondary school, maybe most probably I will love statistics and I will love history. Okay, because some people from ICOR, people who are teaching history, historian, they will see that history and law subject is a dry subject. It's a baca of the reading subject. But Hans Rosling proved us wrong. Let's watch this video.
Visualization is right at the heart of my own work too. I teach global health. And I know having the data is not enough. I have to show it in ways people both enjoy and understand. Now, I'm going to try something I've never done before. Animating the data in real space, with a bit of technical assistance from the crew.
So, here we go. First, an axis for health. Life expectancy, from 25 years to 75 years. And down here, an axis for wealth, income per person, $400, $4,000, and $40,000. So down here is poor and sick, and up here is rich and healthy. Now, I'm going to show you the world 200 years ago, in 1810. Here come all the countries. Europe brown, Asia red, Middle East green, Africa south of Sahara blue, and the Americas yellow. And the size of the country bubble showed the size of the population. And in 1810, it was pretty crowded down there, wasn't it? All countries were sick and poor. Life expectancy were below 40 in all countries. And only UK and the Netherlands were slightly better off, but not much. And now, why start the world? The Industrial Revolution makes countries in Europe and elsewhere move away from the rest. But the colonized countries in Asia and Africa, they are stuck down there. And eventually, the Western countries get healthier and healthier. And now we slow down to show the impact of the First World War and the Spanish flu epidemic. What a catastrophe! And now I speed up through the 1920s and the 1930s. And in spite of the Great Depression, Western countries forge on towards greater wealth and health. Japan and some others try to follow, but most countries stay down here. Now, after the tragedies of the Second World War, we stop a bit to look at the world in 1948. 1948 was a great year. The war was over, Sweden topped the medal table at the Winter Olympics, and I was born. But the differences between the countries of the world was wider than ever. United States was in the front, Japan was catching up. Brazil was way behind, Iran was getting a little richer from oil, but still had short lives. And the Asian giants, China, India, Pakistan, Bangladesh and Indonesia, they were still poor and sick down here. But look what is about to happen. Here we go again. In my lifetime, former colonies gained independence, and then finally they started to get healthier and healthier and healthier. And in the 1970s, then countries in Asia and Latin America started to catch up with the Western countries. They became the emerging economies. Some in Africa follows. Some Africans were stuck in civil war and others hit by HIV. And now we can see the world today in the most up-to-date statistics. Most people today live in the middle, but there are huge differences at the same time between the best of countries and the worst of countries. And there are also huge inequalities within countries. These bubbles show country averages, but I can split them. Take China, I can split it into provinces. There goes Shanghai. It has the same wealth and health as Italy today. And there is the poor inland province Guizhou. It is like Pakistan. And if I split it further, the rural parts are like Ghana in Africa.
And yet, despite the enormous disparities today, we have seen 200 years of remarkable progress. That huge historical gap between the West and the rest is now closing. We have become an entirely new converging world. And I see a clear trend into the future. With aid, trade, green technology and peace, it's fully possible that everyone can make it to the healthy, wealthy corner.
Well, what you have seen in the last few minutes is a story of 200 countries shown over 200 years and beyond. It involved plotting of 120,000 numbers. Pretty neat, huh?
All right, pretty neat, huh? So 200 countries, 200 years in 4 minutes. With this video, I love statistics already. I love history already. What say you, ladies and gentlemen? How about this video from Hans Rosling? Is it interesting? Can we always complain about, oh, statistics is very tiring, headache, subject. Right now, we can understand from Malaysia, from Sweden, in terms of health, salary, but question needs a lot of works, but we can use PowerPoint. We can use PowerPoint. Okay, PowerPoint, state the data, and then use the motion path. Next page, we will move. This is how we can collaborate with our students. Okay, maybe we cannot purchase what Hans Rosling is purchasing right now, is using right now, but we can use PowerPoint. That's why we have PowerPoint must be used to emphasize more on point, who has power, who has point, points who has power. But right now we have so many points, but then does not have power. Okay, this is the idea I can share with all of you about how we can humanize our teaching and learning. We can collaborate with our students. We have so many data. We can ask our students as their project to convert, okay, to transform from the written data to a very meaningful data like this. Right. Okay. So what can you understand about pedagogy? We don't use menti.com because normally in our face-to-face workshop, I will ask all participants to give their response via menti.com. But we can use your meeting chat. What is pedagogy? Without even Googling, without using Google, what do you understand pedagogy is all about? Ladies and gentlemen. Method of teaching, good one. How to teach, one-way teaching, one way of teaching, okay, teaching methods. The way you deliver, approach of teaching. Methods of teaching and learning, teaching, learning, knowledge, how to teach. Arts of teaching, okay. Methods in teaching and learning, the way to educate, okay. Right. So I agree with all of you about relation of teacher and student, but pedagogy normally is not just about turku tadris or the way you teach, but it's always it's bigger than that. Okay, the ecosystem of teaching and learning. We're talking about the teaching, teachers, stakeholders, and then the infrastructure. That's what we call pedagogy. Okay, Alhamdulillah, thank you very much for your response. I guess let us. Right, so from the Open University published last year about innovating pedagogy, this year I am still waiting from the Open University to publish their next Innovating Pedagogy 2023 document. So in this particular document, it mentioned about our focus for innovation in the next 12 months would be 20% goes to hybrid learning, dual learning scenarios, well-being education, pedagogy of autonomy, pedagogy of discomfort, pedagogies of micro-credential, MC, walk and talk, pedagogies of the home. Okay, you will see later on in October, some of the courses in our university will be taught from home. Okay, it's a home-based punya subject. Later on lah, influencer-led education. See, influencer-led education pun ada, and watch parties. It's not our normal parties, birthday parties, but hybrid models describe about maximizing learning flexibility, learning choices, at, to, where, when, and how to learn, and also to adjust their systemic approaches. Dual learning scenarios is all about connecting learning in classroom and industrial workplaces. Micro-credential, yes, micro-credential courses to be applied, yes. I guess most of the IPTAs already working through to create their own micro-credential. We are unbundling our subject lah. Let's say we have 40 subjects, and we will unbundle our subject macam-macam lah, for so many reasons and so many purposes lah. Ada yang untuk business, ada yang untuk lifelong learning, ada yang untuk, there are so many models on micro-credential. Influencer-led education, growth of edu influencers. We're not talking about TikTok yang dancing punya influencer, no, but we are talking about edu or edu influencers. And pedagogies of the home, we are talking about cultural learning. Pedagogies of micro-credential, we are talking about formal, non-formal, and informal experiences together. Pedagogy of discomfort. Oh, there are pedagogies of discomfort. Emotions, like most of you mentioned just now in the chat box, emotion as powerful tools for learning and for promoting social justice. Pedagogy of autonomy, creating self-regulated learners with an emphasis on their metacognitive development. Well-being education to develop mental health literacy. See, sekarang ni there are so many awareness about mental health literacy. Watch parties, not if it's not a birthday party, but watching videos together. Let's say Right now it's 11:30 a.m. We have watch parties. The first party is from IIUM. The second one, let's say, from RMIT, and the third one from, let's say, Sunan Kalijaga University, Yogyakarta. So we are watching the one video, let's say this week from IIUM, one video, and then we watch together, and then we do some reflection, Q&A, think, pair, and share. Next week, RMIT will be the host, and then the third week, the following weeks will be another host from Yogyakarta. So this is what parties is all about, because we have the shared viewing or listening experiences. And walk the talk, combining movement and conversation to enhance learning. Okay, I guess this is just normal. So our gist for today is Heutagogy and Cybergogy, whereby Heutagogy, if we want to cut the long story short, it's all about encouraging our learners to become more self-directed learners. And with the assistance by cybergogy or by technology, who encourage learners engagement in an online environment, we can turn them to focus on co-learning and co-creating. So pedagogy, from peers to peers, okay, we can focus on co-learning and co-creating, because just now kita katakan, we mentioned about, okay, there's a lot of things to do, much work to do, kan. This is how we can collaborate with our student. We can ask them to be our co-pilot to co-learning and co-creating. So Heutagogy is a form of self-determined learning, also a holistic learner-centered approach to learning and teaching in formal and informal situation. So Blush K and Hush has is scholars lah in Heutagogy. Most of the publications and books in Heutagogy, normally the founding scholars are Blush K and Hess. So the principle in Heutagogy, number one is learner-centered and learner-determined. Okay, because the role of human agency is learning is a fundamental principle, and the learner is at the center of all Heutagogy practice. Okay, number two is capability, as characterized by the following: being able to use one's competencies in unfamiliar as well as familiar circumstances, communication, collaboration, and positive values. The third one is self-reflection and meta-connection, because within Heutagogy, it is essential that reflection occurs in a holistic way, because this translates to the learner reflecting not only what she or he has learned, but also the way in which it has been learned and understanding how it is learned. Because student automation, automation goes to the student. Number four is double loop learning, not the single loop, but double loop. Double loop learning requires that learners are both psychologically and behaviorally engaged. They reflect on not only what they have learned, but also the way in which this new knowledge and the path to learning have influenced their values and system. And non-linear learning and teaching, as learning is self-determined, the path to learning is defined by the learners and is not established by the teacher. See, this is from student going back to student. As a result of learners choosing their own path, learning happens in a non-linear format. Okay, I guess for pedagogy, we may skip this a little bit because this is an student interact with other student lah. It's a peer. They call it paragogy, but I prefer the word pedagogy lah, not paragogy, not a pedagogy, but it's a peers, from peers to peers. Right? Pedagogy or paragogy, an opening environment and a new way of seeing and collaborating and learning. Or it also increase accessibility to online networks, enable the development of collaborative learning, such as build skills and competencies needed in a learning community. And also peer learning and peer production are probably as old as humanity itself, but they take on new importance in the digital age. And cybergogy is a descriptive label for the strategies for creating engaged and learning online, engaged learning online. And it also creates learner-centered, autonomous and collaborative virtual learning environment. It also helps the learners' thinking, behavior and emotion, which are deeply connected to the culture of computers, technology and the internet. So this is from Wang and Kang, or Wang and Kang, 2006, about the cybergogy for English learning. So I hope more and more people will revisit this kind of cybergogy. Could you please pass the slide to us? Inshallah, I will pass the slide later on. Okay, so these are IIUM learners. What can you understand from this hierarchy and hierarchy, ladies and gentlemen? What can you understand from this hierarchy? On your far left and the far right is hierarchy. These are our students lah, not just in IUM, in all IPTAs.
How are you?
How are you? Yes. Hierarchy, not structured, yes? Actually, hierarchy, I coined my own term lah. There is no in Merriam or in Webster. Tak ada pun. Anyone can learn from anyone. Sel-sel bersambung. Okay, linkages. Okay, let's see the far right, far left. Okay, hierarchy. In our structure in IUM or in USIM, we have students, and then we have course coordinator, and we have deputy deans, we have and then we have deputy rector, and then we have rector. But right now, students are moving towards hierarchy, whereby, let's say, at 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning, normally they will ask us question, kan? Not just in our iMuallim, iTa'lim, but also using with WhatsApp or Telegram. Okay, hierarchy are more organized. Yes, similar to Grapevine. Yes, Dr. Adli, Dr. Sharifuddin, Dr. Nurwina, Dr. Suhana, Dr. Adiba. Can I have one question? Okay, page 36, kan, introduction to psychology ke, introduction to microeconomics ke, introduction to statistics ke, kan. There are question. I have one question at 2 a.m. in the morning. Normally, you will respond or not? We will not respond, kan. At that time, maybe we are still in our deep sleep. Okay, and then we wake up at 6 a.m. and then we start to reply. Hey, why you ask? And then we start to, blabbering in our class. For those who are asking at 2 a.m. in the morning, 3 a.m. in the morning, in Arabic, normally we will say, ma fish akhlaq. Okay, you don't have any adab. Okay, why you asking me at 2 a.m. in the morning? But ladies and gentlemen, we don't know, because they are more towards hierarchy. We don't know where they study, when they study, with whom they are studying with right now. Okay, maybe at 2 a.m. They are sleeping. Okay, during daylight, but they are waking up 2 a.m. in the morning and start to study. But at that time they have some kind of question, istifsar, but they don't know where to ask. That's why at 2 a.m. in the morning, if they ask us, if we don't respond, they will ask somewhere else. They will ask Sheikh Google, they will ask Sheikh Wikipedia, Sheikh YouTube, so on and so forth. But the question from lecturers, Abis, Dr. Hamimi, how can we respond? We are human beings, we are not robot. We cannot respond to them at 2 a.m. in the morning. That's why let's say in my WhatsApp group, rule of thumb, okay, I put rule of thumb number 1. Okay, all question from the student must be answered by the student, not by the lecturers, because we want to train, we want to enforce, we want to empower our student to take the responsibility. So let's say if you want to ask 2 a.m. in the morning, it's okay, I just mute my WhatsApp group. Okay, all questions must be asked, must be responded, must be replied, must be answered by the student first. And then after finishing with all the heat discussion, and then we will validate all the answers, because we are validator, we are the facilitator. Okay, let the student do the groundwork, do the, let them grumble with their clicks. Okay, after that we will validate, because right now in Heutagogy, normally they will share with us, they will tell us, don't give our student fish, because tomorrow they will come for another fish, kan, they will ask for another fish. Instead, give them fishing rod. But in Heutagogy, you don't give them just fishing rod, because if we give them fishing rod, tomorrow they will come for another fish also, because they don't, you are giving them fishing rod, they still complain that they cannot fish at the right time. They still cannot get any fish. Why? Because you don't supply them with manual. Okay, right now you give them the fishing rod and then you give them the manuals. Okay, Ali, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. please go to spot A. After 9 a.m. don't wait at spot A anymore. Please transfer to spot B, 9 until 11 a.m. Okay, that's why in our class, when students ask us question, we just ask them, Allah, you just Google it, you just Google. But still, they don't know where to Google. Okay, you just find this from any journal, but they still don't know which journal they would like. They must have browsed. They would like to browse. They would like to choose for finding this kind of question. Right? So don't worry. I normally ask my student, okay, you can ask me 24/7, but all questions must be answered by the student. And at the end of the story, at the end of the day, I will validate the question. Okay, Mumtaz, good try. Okay, Mumtaz. Okay, this is what. Okay, according to this theory, this answer or this response from Folan bin Folan is very good. Okay. So student, when you say Mumtaz, you give them some kind of compliment. Okay, they will have they will be motivated to respond more and more and more in your class. What if no student has any answer? Okay. Before I answer, ladies and gentlemen, what if no student has any answer? Could you please assist me? What if no student has any answer? Who answered the next morning? Okay. Okay. Normally, from my humble experience, give a hint where to find. Yes, I will give them hint where to find the answer. Give them some clue. I will not giving the direct answer to the student, because it will teach them. Oh, don't worry lah. Tomorrow Dr. Hamimi will answer lah. We will get the direct answer from him, inshallah. Is Heutagogy suitable for to be applied at foundation level where duration? Okay, good one, administrator. The answer is yes and no. Yes and no. So normally in first 2 weeks, there would be some kind of transition punya period lah. Normally we will start with the conventional one, and then we can introduce with to our student first. Okay, starting from week 3, I will use this kind of approaches. So let's try, and then don't try with a very hard one lah. To try with a very simple question first. Okay, we train them, we make them familiar with the Heutagogy style, and don't straight away jump to Heutagogy. You must get them familiar with the pedagogy first. Ask them, pair them. Okay, 2 versus 2, 3 versus 3, pedagogy first. Okay, and then from pedagogy, you will change. You can change a bit slowly to Heutagogy. During COVID-19, what happened was we just jumped from our conventional to Heutagogy without going to pedagogy first. But right now, we must make them pair in class 2x2 or 2x4, 4x4. And then after them, we can separate them little bit, become the heutagogy. Okay. All right. So when the participant asked me about the application lah, okay, actually we have so many application. Like all Kelantanis, they said we have juton so many application free of charge from iOS and Play Store. Okay, right now we have Pedagogy with version 4.0. Actually, right now we have 4.2 or 5.1, something like that lah, from this Alan Carrington. Okay, and we can map, we can do some kind of mapping using according to our Bloom taxonomy, even though you are coming from Craftworld or Marzano, from تطبيق هنا ثم في evaluate في التقييم في التقويم في التطبيق or في التذكير. Okay, we have remember, apply, analyze, evaluate, and create. Okay, في تصميم. So we have so many pedagogy. So don't worry about technology, because technology will always come and go. Okay, but the thing is, the most important thing is the pedagogy, and also the AI tools. Don't worry, we have so many AI, not just ChatGPT. We have so many. We're talking about productivity, video, marketing, chatbot, design, and writing. We have so many mind-blowing AI tools that can be used in your teaching and learning. Okay. So Allah has mentioned in Al-Quran Al-Karim, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim, Inna as-sam'a wal basara wal fu'ada kullu ulaika kana anhu mas'ula. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, about all those one will be questioned. And so whatever we heard, we teach using our all six sense will be questioned during the day of resurrection. Right. So this is the questionnaire, because just now you want to know when your okay. I have sent in the link. I have sent the link in meeting chat. Could you please answer this question? We have I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Only 15 questions. You may answer. You may choose more than one answer. Okay. I want to learn how to play. Right, so after you finish, you may click get results. So I might ask each and every one of you to copy your scores. Okay. Visual, oral, read and write, and kinesthetic, and paste in meeting chat. As for me, I have, so I am kinesthetic. Okay, then. I have visual 8, oral 7, read or write 5. That was so me. Okay, kindly share your scores. So normally in our faculty, I use this kind. Normally we will use this questionnaire during our week 1 with our student, so that we can easily acknowledge our student from day 1. Okay, and for our teaching and learning aids, normally if you want to add more LCD, smart board, so normally in our proposal, we will put this kind of data, okay, so that it will be some kind of a convincing, promising data to get the endorsement from IT unit, from the dean, and as well from the top management lah. For those who have finished, kindly share your scores. Okay, Dr. Nina Shazmin, which kuliah?
CFS.
Yes, again, come again.
Department of Law, CFS.
Oh, Department of Laws. Okay. Dr. Kamaril Azla, which kuliah? From which kuliah?
Department of Biology, CFS.
Biology. Okay. All right. Dr. Aida? Dr. Aida Nusharini, which faculty? Which kuliah? Oh, tak dapat ni eh. Your mic is not working eh. Okay, Dr. Naimah. Almost the same 15, 15, 14, 15. Dr. Naimah Baharudin. Which kuliah? From which kuliah, Dr.?
Physics Department, CFS.
Oh, Physics Department. Oh, okay. Quite interesting Dr. Naimah. Could you please elaborate little bit about your characteristic?
The characteristic tends to change over time. So I find that when getting older, learning curve too started to change as well. And because as well understanding from earlier what I am, and then over time improving the ages lah.
Okay, but it is your characteristic kan, not your mood kan?
No, it's I find that I'm enjoying all sorts the spectrums too.
Oh, okay, alright. Okay, just nak tengok lain kalau ada yang kinesthetic for Dr. Aida from kuliah medicine. Okay, right. Thank you very much. Dr. Muhammad Salahuddin. Which kuliah, Doktor?
Pharmacy.
Pharmacy. Okay. Doctor, you don't like reading things kan? You nak movie here and there kan? Hands on kan? Betul? Am I right?
Betul, hands on. Tak nak baca banyak-banyak lah.
Dr. Faizal Hazri. Which kuliah Dr. Faizal? If you might share. Because oral is quite high, 13. Read and write ni almost 0 and kinesthetic. Dr. Faizal, ada microphone ke? Dia share. Can you share with us?
Library, Doctor.
From?
Library.
From library. Dr. Faizal or Mr. Faizal, Brother Faizal, Brother Faizal, if you use WhatsApp group, you prefer text messages or voice message?
Prefer text sebenarnya.
Prefer text. Okay. I just want to ask because normally people who get scores, high score for oral ni, they will long messages they prefer to use voice. Okay. Never mind. Okay, we have kinesthetic. Thank you, Prof Teddy, Suhana. Sister Zadatul Akmal. Could you please describe a little bit about your characteristic? Visual 3, oral 10, read and write 7, kinesthetic 9.
Yes, I'm very talkative.
You love to give lecture 2 hours and longer kan?
Not really. Depends on students actually. Dr. Me.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Dr. Adiba Ali, could you please share with us about your characteristic, visual 15 and kinesthetic 14?
Assalamualaikum. I don't know, I think I'm kind of like itulah confused sikit. Kadang ada how to say outspoken, kadang reserved sikit, so the mixture of all the approaches tu lah.
Okay, thank you very much. Dr. Zainuddin, biomedical science, kinesthetic, orang-orang sains ni normally they will get higher on kinesthetic normally. 13, 14. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, so basically using this data, actually counselors at school level or UC level, we may use this kind of data actually to mold the early careers or early kita panggil apa preference of our students sebenarnya. Okay, it will chart their path. Oh, you are more into kinesthetic, visual, oral. That's why nanti we will see 5 years after 10 years they will be engineers. Oh, that's why lah. If I were to know you are kinesthetic from the beginning of your form 4 or form 5 or first year of undergraduate level kan, normally it will assist them lah sebenarnya. Okay, so you may use this. Actually, we have so many. This is a very brief one lah. Actually, I have another questionnaire. It's very detailed one. It has 70 questions. It can be translated into 15 languages. You may translate to Portuguese, in Korean, in Mandarin, in Arabic. Okay, you may use that one lah. But as for this, I just use this very brief one. Okay, so you dah tahu dah which type of learner, what type of learner are you? Okay, so let's watch this video first. Perhaps some of you might have watched it before.
Great to see you. Thank you very much. You ready, Chef? I'm gonna be ready. You ready? All right, what you got?
Right. First of all, disclaimer, don't dance in front of your class or in front of your lecture hall. Okay. So what can you extract from this video? Increase energy, individuality does matter. Yes, he personalized his response. The teacher know his student style of greeting very well. Okay, so dah faham lah actually student will appreciate us more if we can personalize them, not just one size fits all. Give them, okay, one video for everyone, okay, one PDF for everyone, okay, one podcast for everyone. So maybe your podcast really suits with the requirement of the auditory learners, but not for visual and kinesthetic learners. Your video might get some kind of interesting, okay, might get some interest from this part of student, but not for the others. Be emotionally connected to every student. Yes, but that's why as mentioned by the moderator just now, I introduced the concept of learning buffet. Okay, lecture spotting, be emotionally connected. Yes, so creative. Okay, Dr. Norashikin Basay, visual aid, Doctor? Doctor from which kuliah, Doctor? HS?
Yes, HS.
Sociology, Mass Comm?
Sociology.
Okay, thank you very much, Doctor. Tengok saya macam 4 nujum lah, padahal tak pun. Okay, Dr. Muhammad Haniki, 14 kinesthetic. Doctor from Lighthouse Science, Pharmacy?
Assalamualaikum, pharmacy, Doktor.
Okay, saya jadi, sorry Doktor, saya jadi macam ahli nujum lah, tapi agak-agak je, tapi mengena. Thank you.
Okay, welcome.
Alright. Of course, in an Islamic way, yes. So I'm not encouraging you to dance in front of your class, but it reflects on how we can personalize the needs of our student. Alright. Okay, so 12 o'clock already because we started a little bit late, so I guess I have another 10 minutes. So this is the picture of a buffet in a hotel, maybe in a motel. Okay, we have so many dishes here, let's say 150 dishes, kan, banyak makanan, so many foods. But one day a lady come attended or coming to this restaurant with her daughter. And her daughter asked this old lady, Mama, what do you want to eat? And Mama replied, I don't know what to eat. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the question is why? We have so many food here, we have so many meals and dishes, but somehow this old lady replied back to her daughter, I don't know what to eat. So the question is why? Overwhelmed, okay, no label, too many choices, too many options, she's Norsic. Wow, what is that, Dr. Suhana? Too many foods, just like me, don't know which, spoil for choice. Too many choice, she cannot choose, she forgot her glasses, so cannot see the food. Okay, surprisingly guys, this old lady answered, well, and her daughter asked lah, Mama, we have so many food here. Why you don't know what to eat? Because actually in this particular buffet, I don't find my nasi putih and budu. Okay, that means doesn't have to be. We have so many dishes, but it does not suit with the requirement of the needs of the customer. Layan fa, or there's no use at all. Feel excited to say budu is a must lah, kan? Right? Okay, I give you another case. This is the These are all colors of the scarf of at my wife's apa dipanggil wardrobe. And one day we have a walimatul urs to attend, and my wife complained to me, I don't have any scarf to wear. I am just like, what? Oh my God, mashallah. You see, from up here, leaves green down to this tangerine orange, she does not know what to wear. Why? Ladies and gentlemen, why? She means a new one, okay? Dr. Hakim, why are you sweating? New design. Oh, mashallah. Themes. Okay, you can never cater to all the needs shades or needs. Okay, doesn't match her dress. Never enough. Okay, tak match. Okay, my wife's answer at that time, dia kata, actually, the theme of the Walimatul Urus is one color between this light chocolate and this mahogany. There's another color here. I'm just like, what? Are you serious? And then as a for solution, can you just merge between this light chocolate and this mahogany to become that color? My wife answered, no, there's a one color here. So that means I have a similar experience, Dr. Hakim. Ya Allah, macam nak beli air wangi juga bila banyak jadi pening. Okay, that means if we have so many tudung, we have so many scarf in our, it does not mean that it really suit with the requirement of the themes of the ceremony. Okay, right. So we both. Yes, 2 layer lah kan, bukan Syarifuddin kan? Tak boleh. Jadi warna lain, dia tak campur, tak sama. Right, so going back to our chart, okay, customers, we have the food menu. Okay, let me pen. Okay, so our customer came, this is our food menu. We don't need 160 dishes. Maybe set A is Chinese food. Okay, this set B is Arabian food. Okay, the one is Kelantanese food. We have budu and nasi putih and singgah, ikan. We have set C, right? So as a chef, cook, we will cook only these 3 sets. Okay, set A, B, and C. We have the customer order and we start to prepare our ingredients, kan? And then way to cook, whether to want to boil it, you want to cook, you want to fry it, you want to bake it. And we have instrument. If you want to use a big wok, belanga, you want to use a periuk, kuali. If you want to cook curry, okay, using kuali lepek, we can, but it will take longer and longer time. All right. So when we cook, we are granted by theories and practices in hospitality industry and chef code of ethics. We must use apron, we must wear hat, and our food buffet, the validation will be done by the master chef. The master chef will validate the food. Okay, this time, next time, less salt. Okay, this is Negeri Sembilan food. Okay, this is Kelantanese food. Okay, less chili. Okay, they don't eat much chili, and we must have tagging. Okay, because right now, if we have curry, okay, let's say we have curry. Normally, people will ask, is it beef or meat? Beef or mutton? And nanti orang tanya, the second people come, beef or mutton? Beef curry or mutton curry? And then we will get fed up because of the same question. Why don't you put the tagging there? This is a beef curry. So when people come, they will not ask the same question again and again, right? So the feedback from the customer we'll be getting, and we will improving our ingredients, way to cook, and instrument, right? So that goes to our teaching and learning, ladies and gentlemen, right? Learners, when they answer our questionnaire right now, VARK, we'll get whether they are visual learners, they are auditory learners, There are kinesthetic learners. We have so many. We have solitary learners, logical learners, mathematical learners. We have so many multiple intelligence, not just VARK. Right? So when we get, okay, thank you, Dr. Adiba. And then when we get the style of our student as a cook, as a chef, as a learning designers, we start to gather their learning preferences, their learning styles, and then we start to prepare the content, okay, the ingredient, kan? And then way to cook, we call it as pedagogy. You want to use task-based learning, problem-based learning, one-to-one, one-to-many. We have using Heutagogy or Cybergogy. And then last but not least, the technology will be used to assist us. Some of the people will put the technology first. Okay, the first question, you are using Facebook or WhatsApp or Telegram. No, we are talking about the content and pedagogy first, and technology will come later on, because even without technology, we still can teach. And we are bounded by our Gagne 9 event of instruction. We have so many teaching and learning instruction, learning and teaching and learning theories, and validation by the master chef will be done by the subject matter expert from each kuliah. And we need to put tagging, okay? And if we publish our videos or podcasts, let's say you must put, let's say, hashtag physics for CFS, physics for year 1, physics for calculus for blah, blah, blah. You must put tagging, so easier for them to find this kind of educational resources. Right? So according to teaching method, as far as the teaching methods are concerned, if you want to go towards a teaching center, we are talking about flipped classroom and direct instruction and kinesthetic learning. If we have a low tech, low internet, we must consider using differentiated instruction, direct instruction, and expeditionary learning. While talking about high-tech methods, we may use game-based, inquiry-based, and personalized learning. Same goes with during COVID-19, I always use this diagram. If we have a low bandwidth, your internet is not so strong, you may use reading with text and images, email, and discussion board with text and images. But if you want high immediacy response from student, you may use Google Drive, Dropbox, SharePoints, collaborative documents, and group chat and messaging. But if you have a high bandwidth, you may choose pre-recorded video, pre-recorded audio, synchronous discussion with video and audio. If you want high bandwidth, right now we are using video conferences, right? And audio conferences, because we have a high bandwidth and we want high immediacy. Right, so this would be my normally this would be my last slide for today. We are all unsung heroes.
เขาจะได้อะไรถ้าเขาทำแบบนี้ทุกวันเขาจะไม่ได้อะไรเลย ไม่ได้รวยขึ้นไม่ได้ออกทีวีไม่มีใครรู้จักไม่ได้มีชื่อเสียงที่มากขึ้นเพราะสิ่งที่เขาได้คือได้แค่ความรู้สึกได้เห็นความสุขได้เข้าใจได้ความรักได้ในสิ่งที่เงินซื้อไม่ได้ได้โลกที่สวยงามกว่าเดิมในชีวิตคุณอะไรคือสิ่งที่คุณต้องการมากที่สุดไทยประกันชีวิต
Alright, I don't promote. I did not promote Thai life insurance. Right. So last but not least, we may see we are all unsung heroes. If you want to be rich, don't be lecturer. Okay, be influencer. You can be businessman. But the thing is, me myself, I have been promoting e-learning since 2000 and I guess 2009 when I was in CFS Nilai at that time. At that time, it is not easy, especially in teaching Arabic. Okay, people are using technology in teaching so many other languages like English, but we are always at the back benches. But right now, we can see technology is a necessity, and we can use because we can say it because a fool with a tool still a fool. All right. If you can use hammer to filing a nail, then it can be used for that kind of purposes. But if you are using your hammer to cook chicken curry, it cannot be used lah. All right. So last but not least, sorry. If you have any question later on, you may email me, send your messages to drhamimi@gmail.com. I may slide here.
Excuse me, Dr. Habibi.
Yes, you have question?
السلام عليكم، أنا عبد الرحمن.
السلام، تفضل أستاذ.
أنا تأخرت في تقديم results. Can you check and explain?
Sure, أستاذ.
Muka 12:07 minit.
12:07 minit.
8138.
Okay. So Prof Abdul Rahman Chi, visual 8, oral 1, read and write 3, and kinesthetic 8. Visual learners. So I guess Prof, according to my experience as your student during undergraduate and postgraduate level, actually you will start your lecture with some kind of slide from PowerPoint first. So you give us because I took I guess applied linguistics with you, Prof. Visual learners, you will explain and share with us about the diagram of the let's say applied linguistics, dia punya cabang-cabang branches, and then you will ask your student to make a good small discussions, and then do some kind of discussion. This is what I can explain about the visual and kinesthetic characteristic of yours, Prof.
Yes, correct. This is what I'm doing.
Okay, Prof.
Is it good? Is it good?
Yes, Prof. Good or bad? Actually, normally we will go back to the need of our student. That's why if we ask our student to answer the questionnaire, let's say after we are gathering the data, let's say we have 60% visual, and then 20% read and write, and then another 20% is auditory. So that means we must start to prepare the education resources based on this percentage. So maybe class B, kita tak boleh sama lah. Class B, let's say 80% pula auditory. So kita tahu kat situ percentage. So kalau kita upload kita punya bahan, upload our resources in iTaklim, kita tak boleh ambil semua tu, ambil engkau. Tak boleh. Dia kena setkan juga sama. Maybe class number 1, according to percentage tadi, maybe video 7, 3 PDF. Tapi the second class, lebih lagi, maybe 8 or 9, satu je PDF, sebab we don't have any read and write student in our class. Baru student akan rasa, Dr. Hamimi really entertains the percentage of the learning preferences of ours tu. So itu saya punya pandangan lah, Prof.
Okay, good. Well done.
Okay. And
Shukran.
also can be applied not just for English language, but for other languages, other foreign language like Arabic, Mandarin, Korean, as well as Russian. And kalau di KLM, di Pago, they are using a second language, it can be applied as well for some other languages. Okay, last but not least, just 30 seconds, Brother Malik, I would, if you want to take a look at my open educational resources, you may log on to YouTube and take a look at the video from my YouTube lah. Okay, satu je saya nak share, kalau nak lihat untuk conventional punya setting masih boleh. Kalau di sini di video, ini cara saya mengajar menggunakan whiteboard. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan. Hari ini kita nak bincangkan sedikit. Share screen. Apabila kita duduk di atas dua sujud ini, harmoni. Okay, saya just lower down the volume. So if you love to teach in a conventional way using your whiteboard, you still can do it, but you can consider the use of light board. This is what I use in my teaching and learning lah for Arabic for public. Okay, we teach them how to do solah and bacaan and wording on doa is solah. They don't prefer any sophisticated tools, so we just use this light board. So we make sure that during our teaching and learning, kita tidak membelakangkan audience, tapi kita menghadap mereka. So nanti kalau if CPD would like to have this kind, boleh buat nantilah procurement untuk dapatkan this light board lah. Saya tak jual tapi boleh tengok nantilah light board. Okay? Tapi kita ada di antara kita yang membaca ataupun seterusnya kita ada. Okay. Alright, those I guess that's all from me. Thank you very much. Sorry for any if I stumble up a little bit because this is a online. Normally I would prefer the face-to-face lah. It's easier for me to get together with the participant. Alright, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and have a nice day inshallah.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much.
هذا عبد الحميد صديقك في الفايبر تذكرتني؟
Thank you very much for a very insightful talk. Before we, since we are running out of time, I'm not sure whether we can give another few minutes for question and answer. But before that, can we have like a quick photo session? If you are comfortable, all the participants, can you switch on your camera? All right. Okay, we'll take another few seconds before we can start the photo session. Okay. All right. Okay. One shot. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Just before we end, if probably I can give only one question for the participant to ask. Any burning question that you would like to ask?
It is not a question, but I would like to suggest for this program to be conducted perhaps in Arabic. ربما لأن بعض الأساتذة بروف قد يصعب عليهم ربما فهم بعض المصطلحات، فأنا كنت أقترح يعني لو تقام هذه الدورة مثل هذا البرنامج باللغة العربية. هل تذكرتني يا بروف عبد الحميد صاحبك بفايفا CPS؟ دائما نلتقي.
شكرا جزيلا يا شيخ على هذا الاقتراح. بالنسبة إلى CPD أعتقد هو بس ينظم الورشة حسب الطلب، فعموما يعني تنظم الورشة باللغة الإنجليزية، ولكن أعتقد نستطيع أن ننظم باللغة العربية لو كان هناك أي الدعوة من الكلية نفسها. ما رأيك يا أستاذ عبد الحميد؟ ممكن؟
إذا ننسق إن شاء الله مع الكلية
حتى الورشة تختص وتخص اللغة العربية أو المجال الذي يستخدم هذه اللغة إن شاء الله. بارك الله فيك.
بارك الله فيكم. أحسنت.
All right, thank you very much. So I guess that's the only one that we have, the only time that we have. All right, again, thank you very much for attending today's event. I would like to also thank to the speaker, Dr. Nurkhamimi, and also I would like to thank all the participants for attending this talk. Probably we can have another session of this seminar in Arabic. All right. All right, thank you very much. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam.